Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel Survival of the Fittest. We are discussing about DBT JRF previous year question paper discussion. Here we discuss about molecular biology questions. In the last video we are discussed about cell biology questions, and these questions are very important and helpful for your incoming exams. So let's get started. First question is, which one of the following statements regarding miRNA is incorrect? miRNA stands for microRNA. And options for this question is generated from large precursor RNA. This is absolutely correct because miRNA is generated by primarily RNA, which is known as miRNA, and it is cleaved by some proteins like DROSA and DICER. DROSA protein is present in the nucleus and DICER is present in the cytoplasm. So these proteins cleaved this primary miRNA and convert into the mature microRNA. So this option is correct. Next one, inhibits translation by binding to the 3' UTRO messenger RNA. This is correct because miRNAs are generally bind with 3' untranslated regions of target messenger RNA and leads to its degradation. So this option is also correct. Next is biogenesis involved RNase H. RNase H is not involved. This is wrong option because DICER proteins, and these are the RNase third enzyme, not the RNase H. RNase H is generally involved in the degradation of RNA DNA hybrid during DNA replication. So this option is wrong and this is our answer. Next is present in higher eukaryotes including nematodes, fruit flies, plants and mammals. This is absolutely correct because miRNA is conserved microRNA, and this is present in all above these organisms. So our final answer for this question is biogenesis involve RNase H, which is third option. Let's come to the next question. What is the mutation rate per generation for humans? So mutation rate, for calculating mutation rate per generation for humans, we should know about the total genome size of humans, which is around 3.2 million base pairs. And we have to calculate the mutation rate per generation. So mutation rate per base pair is equals to mutation rate per generation. On an average, a newborn child inherits around 3200 new mutations which weren't present in their either parents. So average 40 mutations per generation. 40 mutations per generation are present. So we calculating this mutation rate, mutation per generation is around 40, and total number of human genome is 3.2 into 10 to the power 9 base pair. If we calculating this is around 1.25 into 10 to the power minus 8 base pair, and it is very close to this option, 1.3 into 10 to the power minus 8 base pair per base pairs. So this is the correct answer for this question. Next is Approximately how many helical turns are generally present in a 4800 base pair long non-supercoiled bDNA? So non-supercoiled bDNA which is generally present in our cells, and in bDNA around 10 base pairs are present in per turn. For calculating helical per turn, is equals to total length of DNA, which is 4800, and base pairs present in per turn or per helical turn, that is 10. And if we calculating this is obtained 480. So option number B is the correct answer. Next is, the following sequence of DNA seems to form a structure. Here some sequence is given, 5' to 3'. When the third base is changed from C to G, the DNA loses its structure. This is the third base which is converted and changed into the G. And if C is converted into G, its structure is lost. So lost structure. Then, however, if in the background of this change, the 15th base which is third last one, this one, change from G to C, this is change in G to C, the DNA regain back its structure. So G to C changing, regain the structure. The most possible reason for these observation is, तो यहाँ पे क्या possible reason हो सकता है? The third base and 15th base are paired in stem-like structure. Third and 15th base are part of loop-like structure. Third and 15th base have steric clashes. Third base pair with fifth base and the 15th base pair with the 13th one. This is absolutely wrong option, because इससे कोई यहाँ conclusion नहीं निकलता है. एंड अगर फर्स्ट ऑप्शन को देखें तो स्टेम लाइक स्ट्रक्चर इस टाइप की होती है, इस टाइप से, ये नॉर्मल जो स्टेम लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होती है ये वाली. एंड लूप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज द लूप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. एंड स्टेरिक क्लैशेस भी यहाँ पे नहीं होंगे, बिकॉज ये एक स्ट्रेट सीक्वेंस है. और अगर यहाँ पे बेस पेयरिंग होती है तो थर्ड एंड 15th बेस के बीच में बेस पेयरिंग हो सकती है, बिकॉज ये G में कन्वर्ट हो गया एंड ये C में कन्वर्ट हो गया. तो यहाँ पे अगर देखें तो 5' टू 3' एंड इस तरह से बेस पेयरिंग हो रखी है. वी ऑल नो दैट दिस इज द वॉटसन एंड क्रिक बेस पेयरिंग, वेयर G paired with C, and this stem loop structure is also known as hairpin structure. And there must be a possibility to form a stem-like structure and hairpin structure, because third base pair should be base paired with T1. So this structure will regain. The mutation in third base pair structure is lost because C is converted into G and G is not form a base pairing with G. But if the again mutation will occur in 15th position which converted G to C, then it can easily form the base pairing. So this is the possible reason for this question. So this is the correct answer. Next is RNA-I was discovered in. So RNA interference is first discovered in C. elegans. RNA interference is a process in which a double-stranded RNA targetly inhibits the specific messenger RNA It is first discovered in 1998 by Andrew Fire and Craig Mello. For this discovery, these scientists also earned the Nobel Prize in 2006 in Physiology and Medicine. These scientists injecting the double-stranded RNA into the C. elegans and specific gene will silenced. So option number B, second is the correct answer for this question. Next is generation of a DNA probe using random primer techniques. Use a combination of oligonucleotides 6 base pair in length. How many number of distinct oligonucleotides are possible if all 4 nucleotides are randomly incorporated? So in 6 base pair oligonucleotide, this is the 6 base pair oligonucleotide, all 4 nucleotides are randomly incorporated. So A, T, G, C, these all 4 nucleotides are randomly incorporated. So this is a type of mathematical question. So total number of combination for this, because these are randomly incorporated in 4 base pairs, so 4 to the power 6. So this is around 4096. So we can make the 4096 unique oligonucleotide. So option number A is the correct answer. Next is, which one of the following is likely to happen when a double-stranded DNA solution is heated? If double-stranded DNA solution is heated, then it will convert into single-stranded DNA, because DNA is stable by hydrogen bond and base taking interaction between nitrogenous bases A, T, G and C. These nitrogenous bases absorb the UV light at the 260 nanometer frequency, and if we heat the double-stranded DNA solution, it will convert it into single-stranded DNA. And in double-stranded DNA, the base taking interaction hide these nucleotides and these are buried inside. So absorption of this UV light is decreased, and if we convert it into single-stranded DNA, these nitrogenous bases are exposed clearly and absorb more UV light than the double-stranded DNA. So according to this knowledge, absolutely correct answer, because DNA at 260 nanometer absorbance increase due to converted into single-stranded DNA, and this effect is known as hyperchromatic effect. Hyperchromatic effect, where absorption is increases due to heat. And if we see the order of absorbance, single stranded absorb most, then RNA, because RNA is also single stranded, then double stranded DNA. So option number first is the correct answer. Next is, in a newly discovered magnetic material with similar properties to our own DNA, there were 4 nucleotides. This has the similar properties to our own DNA. It means, and there are 4 nucleotides, L, M, N and O. So this is totally hypothetical question. L and M were complementary and paired with one hydrogen. So L and M is paired by one hydrogen bond, complementary. Then N and O were complementary and paired with 2 hydrogen bonds. So N and O are paired with 2 hydrogen bonds. Given this, which one of the following sequence would have highest melting temperature in their double-stranded form? So if we form the double-stranded DNA, the melting temperature depends upon number of hydrogen bonds. So number of hydrogen bonds, melting temperature is directly proportional to number of hydrogen bonds. If hydrogen bonds are increased, melting temperature is also increased. So basically here we count the number of these nucleotides. So here is the double bond. So if these nucleotides are more, then number of its melting temperature is also highest. So here the number of N and O is only 1 and 1, 2. Here number of N and O is 0. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number of N and O is 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here number of these nucleotides are 8. It means this sequence have highest melting temperature because number of double bonds are present in highest number in this sequence. So option number 4 is the correct answer. Next is DNA polymerase first from Escherichia coli lacks which one of the following enzyme activities? So we all know that DNA polymerase first has three most important activities like 5' to 3' exonuclease, 5' to 3' polymerization activity. Polymerization means formation of DNA by using DNA. So it is the DNA dependent DNA polymerase activity. Then 5' to 3' exonuclease activity. It is the primer removal activity. Removes the primer after DNA synthesis. Then 3' to 5' exonuclease activity, which is known as proofreading activity. Due to this activity, DNA polymerase first scan the DNA and analyze the mistakes in DNA and correct them. So let's back to the question. 5' to 3' exonuclease activity. This activity is present in DNA polymerase first. Then 3' to 5' polymer exonuclease activity. This is also present. 5' to 3' DNA dependent DNA polymerase activity. This is absolutely correct because DNA formation of DNA to DNA is done by DNA polymerase. And then 5' to 3' RNA DNA polymerase activity. This is wrong answer, wrong option, because RNA to DNA is formed. This activity is present in the reverse transcriptase enzyme. Reverse transcriptase, not in the DNA polymerase first. So this is our answer because here ask the which activity is lack in the DNA polymerase first. Next is which one of the following antibiotics specifically inhibits RNA synthesis? So isoniazid is a given in the tuberculosis patient, given to the tuberculosis patient, and it specifically inhibits the mycolic acid synthesis in the cell wall of bacteria. And penicillin, it inhibits the peptidoglycan in the gram-positive bacteria and cell wall of gram-positive bacteria. So this is not the answer. This is incorrect. And streptomycin inhibits the protein synthesis or translation by binding to the 30S subunit. So this is also wrong. Rifampicin inhibits the RNA synthesis by binding to beta subunit of RNA polymerase and it's inhibit the initiation of transcription. So option number 3 is correct for this question. Next is, the researchers are looking for a possible DNA binding groove in a protein structure. It is most likely to be. So possible DNA binding groove in a protein structure. So we all know that DNA is negatively charged and we have two positively charged site for binding of this DNA. So positively charged region is required for binding of DNA groove, and for this lysine and arginine, which are positively charged amino acid, are required for binding of this protein to DNA groove. And most of the DNA binding proteins like helix turn helix and helix loop helix, these contain these lysine and arginine containing amino acids. So option number 2 is correct. Next is, the number of base pairs present per helical turn in bDNA. So in bDNA we all know that 10.5 base pairs are present in per helical turn. In aDNA it is around 11 base pairs, and in zDNA it is around 12 base pair, and B and A DNA are right handed while zDNA is left handed. So this is all about today's. These all are the molecular biology questions. I hope this session will helpful for you. If you like this session, please hit the like button and drop a comment if you have any query, and we'll see you in the next. Till then, take care. Bye bye.